like a bunch of frat boys at summer camp and shit. Had to be flashing like the Daily Double. Had to be playing on TV. Had to be loudmouthed on the Comedy Hour. Had to be announced over loudspeakers. The CIA and Mafia are in cahoots. It had to be said in old ladies' language. It had to be said in American headlines. And Kennedy stretched and smiled and got double-crossed by low-life goons and agents. Rich bankers with criminal connections. Dope pushers in CIA working with dope pushers from Cuba, working with big-time syndicate Tampa, Florida. It had to be said with a big mouth. It had to be moaned over factory foghorns. It had to be chattered on car radio news broadcast. It had to be screamed in the kitchen. It had to be yelled in the basement where uncles were fighting. It had to be howled on the streets by newsboys to bus conductors. Had to be foghorned in the New York Harbor. Had to echo under hard hats. Had to turn up the volume in the university ballrooms. Had to be written in library books, footnoted. Had to be in the headlines of the Times and Lamar. It had to be barked over TV. Had to be heard in side alleys through barroom doors. It had to be played on wire services. Had to be bells ringing. Comedians stopped dead in the middle of a joke in Las Vegas. Had to be FBI Chief J. Edgar Hoover and Frank Costello's syndicate mouthpiece meeting in Central Park, New York together weekends, reported Time magazine. Had to be the Mafia and the CIA together. Started a war on Cuba. Bay of Pigs and poison assassination headlines. Had to be the dope cops and the Mafia. Sold all that heroin in America. Had to be the FBI and organized crime working in together in cahoots against the commies. Had to be ringing on multinational cash registers. Worldwide laundry for organized criminal money. Had to be the CIA and the Mafia and the FBI together. Bigger than Nixon and bigger than war. Had to be a gorge throat full of murder. Had to be a mouth and ass, a solid mass of rage. Had to be a red hot head, a scream in the back of the throat. Had to be in Kissinger's brain. Had to be in Rockefeller's mouth. Had to be the Central Intelligence, the family, our thing, the agency Mafia. One big set of criminal gangs working together in cahoots. Hitmen, murderers everywhere, outraged on the make. Secret, drunk, brutal, dirty and rich. On top of a slag heap of prisons, industrial cancer, plutonium smog, garbage cities, grandma's bed sores, father's resentments. Had to be the rulers, wanted law and order, and they got rich on wanted protection for the status quo. Wanted junkies, wanted Attica, wanted Kent State, wanted war in Indochina. Yeah, it had to be the CIA and the Mafia and the FBI. Multinational capitalists serpents, competitions, hitmen and gang wars across oceans. Bombing Cambodia, settle the score. With White House watching bans, a warning to Mediterranean governments. A secret police embrace for decades. The NKVD and CIA keep each other's secrets. The OGPU and DIA never hit their own. The KGB and the FBI, one mind, brute force, yet full of money. 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 It's full of money. It's full of money. It's full of money. They had to be rich. They had to be powerful. They had to murder in Indonesia 500,000. Had to murder in Indochina 2 billion. Had to murder in Czechoslovakia. Had to murder in Chile. Had to murder in Russia. And had to murder in America. That was a poem by Allen Ginsberg called How to Be Played on a Jukebox. He's a great poet.